Greetings everyone, welcome to Commerce classes, and we have started with the chapter of redemption of preference shares. Now in the last class we have completed the main provisions relating to issue of preference shares. So this part is over. From today onwards we will be starting with the redemption of preference shares. So in the redemption we will be understanding today redemption of preference shares, their meaning and provisions. So this is our title of the day. Now, what do we understand by redemption of preference shares? Redemption is completely opposite of the issue of preference shares. So when you issue preference shares, you create capital and you get money. When you go for redemption of preference shares, it means that you repay to the preference shareholders and you cancel your share capital. Okay, so redemption of preference shares means returning the preference share capital to the preference shareholders. This can be done either at a fixed date or at the option of the company or shareholders as per the terms of issue. So when you go for issue of such shares, at the time of issue the company discloses the terms of redemption also. Like company may say that all the shares are redeemable after expiry of say 15 years. So after 15 years all shares will be redeemed. The company may say that the shares will be redeemed in 5 installments starting from say 15, 16, 17, 18 years. So which 20% capital will be redeemed, that will be at the option of the company. That can be by draw of lot, or that can be on the basis of preference shareholders, etc. So this all will be it is given in the very beginning when you go for issue of such shares. So what we need to understand is that at the time of redemption of preference shares, we are returning the preference share capital to the holders. This may be done along with the premium also, and in a way a company pays the cash and the capital is cancelled. So the entry that we pass at the time of issue of shares is now reversed. So your capital stands cancelled and payment is made to the shareholders. So what do a company need to do for this? Company needs to call a meeting of the board, and then it will get necessary approvals and it will file the form for the redemption with the registrar. So this is the process of redemption of preference shares. Once you file the form, and then you go for the redemption of the shares. Now our company's workings are guided by the Companies Act. So the main provisions given in the Companies Act relating to redemption of preference shares are the main provisions. Number 1 is redemption must be authorized by the Articles of Association. That is, in the company's Articles of Association, there must be a provision which is stating that the preference shares will be redeemed. So if your article doesn't include any such line, in that case the company needs to modify its Articles of Association, and then it will go for the redemption of the preference shares. Now next provision of Companies Act is that no such shares can be redeemed unless and until they are fully paid. That is, you can redeem only fully paid preference shares. So if shares are partly paid, in that case you cannot redeem them. If shares are partly called, then before redemption you need to make final call due. You convert them into fully paid shares and then you will go for the redemption. So only fully paid preference shares will be redeemed. Now next condition given under section 55 is that if preference shares are redeemable at premium, that is, if you have decided to redeem them at some premium, then this premium is a loss for the company. Now you need to provide for this loss either out of the profits of the company or out of the company's security premium or capital profits or free reserve. So there are different sources. Suppose your preference capital is 10 lakh, okay, which is redeemable at a premium of 10%. So now you are having a loss of 1 lakh here. So you need to have sources to write off this loss. So it cannot happen that you redeem your preference share capital and then you have some loss and you are looking how to write off this loss. Then and there you must cancel this loss. So you can use your securities premium, you can use capital profits, or you can use any kind of free reserves or profits or surplus of the company. Now this is the order that we are going to use. We'll first use securities premium, then we'll use capital profits, and then we'll use the free reserves. Now when we use capital profits here, we must remember it must be realized in cash. If your capital profits are realized in cash, then only we can use them, otherwise they cannot be used. Like when you go for say sale of investment, you get a profit there. Now that profit can be used because you are realizing it in cash. But if you go for say revaluation of investment, now any profit arising on revaluation is not realized in cash, so that cannot be used. So we'll have to make up for this loss. Next is when you are going for redemption of preference shares, our capital is reduced, but our Companies Act requires that our capital should remain intact. So how to do this? On one side you are repaying the shareholders, so your capital is reducing, but your provisions require you to keep the capital intact. So if at one place our capital is reducing, then on some other place we need to increase capital, and the two things should be matched. The nominal value that we are reducing, it must be matched with the capital that we are increasing. So there we need to look at the sources. So as per Companies Act, there are two ways to increase the capital. One is the proceeds of fresh issue, that is when you redeem these shares, at the same time you make a fresh issue of shares, and that fresh issue will be compensating for this reduction in the capital. Another source is out of your free reserves, that is your profits which are otherwise available for dividend, so you can utilize them also. Now one may wonder that if we are having say a capital redemption of 10 lakh, same case we go for issue of capital say 6 lakh, and we want 4 lakh out of free reserves, then maybe that we have reserve and surplus of 4 lakh, but how does it increases the capital? Because before redemption also you are having same free reserve, so how come that this will compensate for this reduction in the capital? Now the solution lies in the next condition. Now it says that the amount that you are using your free reserves for redemption purposes, then the amount equal to the nominal value of the share so redeemed must be transferred to a separate account called capital redemption reserve account. So if you have say 4 lakh in general reserve, now you need to transfer it to capital redemption reserve account. This is a separate reserve which is created specifically for the purpose of redemption. But again we may wonder that even if we put this amount in CRR account, how does our capital increases? Now that lies in the utilization of CRR. It says that CRR can be used only for issuing fully paid bonus shares. So maybe now, maybe sometime later, this CRR will be converted into bonus issue, that is of fully paid bonus shares. So when we go for bonus issue, when we issue fully paid bonus shares to our shareholders, our capital increases. So CRR for all practical purposes is treated as equivalent to capital, because you cannot use this money, this amount for any other purpose except for bonus issue. So even if for the redemption of 10 lakh we are having fresh issue of 6 lakh and we are having CRR of 4 lakh, in all we are compensating total 10 lakh of capital redeemed. So our condition that capital should remain intact is satisfied. So these are the conditions that we need to remember when we are going for redemption of preference shares. So let us understand the implications, whether we have understood the conditions or provisions or not of section 55. Now we are to comment on the following. So I'll appreciate if you pause the video for some time and then understand the given point, and you can comment on this, then you can check it afterwards. ABC Limited decided to redeem 12% preference capital of 2 lakh by issue of 12% debentures of an equal amount. So they are saying that they want to redeem capital by issue of debentures. Now is it there in our provisions? Our provision says that against capital we need to have issue of capital only. So issue of debentures cannot compensate reduction in the capital. So we will say that the issue of debentures will not result in increase in the capital. So we will be utilizing another source, that is we will have to make transfer to CRR for 2 lakh rupees out of our free reserves. So debentures issue will not be compensating for capital. You need to issue shares only. That may be equity, that may be preference. Now next question is, Ravi Limited decided to redeem 4 lakh 10% preference capital of 100 each by issue of 2012% preference shares of 100 at 25% premium and transfer of 1,50,000 to CRR from general reserve. Now let us see what is the reduction in the capital. Now reduction in the capital is 4 lakh rupees because you are having 4,000 shares of 100 each. Okay, now against this you are going for issue of 2,000 shares of 100 at 20% premium. But what is the capital issued? Don't take the total amount. You are getting money for this, but we know that securities premium is recorded separately. It is not capital. So the capital that we are issuing here is only 2 lakh. And if we go for CRR of 1,50,000, then this will not meet the conditions because you need to compensate for this 4 lakh and our total is coming out to be 3,50,000. So this cannot be done. If we are having capital issue of 2 lakh, then we need to have CRR of 2 lakh also. Then only the reduction in capital will be compensated by these two sources. Okay, so premium is not considered as a source of capital. It is not capital. Premium is always recorded in a separate account and you have some specified uses for this. Now let us see the next. Okay, now before this let me just remove these writings. Now Raj Limited decided to redeem 4,000 10% preference shares of 100 each, 80 paid. Okay, 80 paid. Now the board and the shareholders resolved in their meeting that there is no need to call remaining amount and go for the redemption as it is. Now can they do so? Can board or the shareholders do so when our conditions of section 55 says that only redemption of fully paid preference shares is allowed? So they cannot do so. This resolution is incorrect, and if a company goes by this resolution and actually redeems the shares, then the company will be attracting penalty from the company law board. So you cannot do so. What you need to do here is, since you have 20 rupees of uncalled amount, so you make a final call of 20 rupees, receive the same, then your shares are fully called and paid, and then you will go for redemption. So redemption of partly paid shares is not allowed. It attracts penalty. You need to make final call due. Next is, Batra Limited is suffering losses continuously for the last 4 years. Their preference shares are due for redemption. Hence the company decides to redeem their 4,000 10% preference shares of 100 each. So their redemption is of 4 lakh rupees of capital. Okay, the nominal capital that you are redeeming is 4 lakh. So they are doing it by issue of debentures, 2,000 debentures of 100 each at a premium of 20%. So you will be getting securities premium also 20%, that is 50,000, and you will transfer 1,50,000 to CRR by increasing loss in the surplus account. You see, you do not have any reserves, you are having losses continuously and you want to increase the loss. So you want to transfer it to CRR, the relevant amount that you want to transfer. Since you are not having reserves, so you are increasing your losses. Again, you see this working or this settlement of the company is utterly wrong on both the places. Number one, debentures cannot compensate for reduction of capital. You need to issue shares, so you cannot do so. Secondly, you cannot create CRR out of your losses by generating losses. You can create CRR by making transfers from their reserves and from the surplus or any free reserve. You need to have these reserves only. So here in this case, if this company wants to go for redemption of its preference shares, they do not have this source. What they need to do is they need to issue capital. Then only they can go for redemption. And if they cannot go for redemption, then they will have to file a case for insolvency. They do not have money, they do not have funds. So issue of capital has to be there if you do not have the reserves. You cannot increase losses. Now next is, SICK Limited has 20,000 8% preference shares of 10 rupees each due for redemption. On 1000 shares, final call of 3 rupees is in arrear. So company decides to redeem the shares and pay the defaulting shareholders the balance amount. Now, is it possible? No, because our provisions of section 55 clearly says that you can redeem only fully paid preference shares. So if you have 20,000 shares of 10 rupees each, and out of this you have 1000 shares of 3 rupees arrear, it means your share capital, your preference capital structure is 19,000 shares of 10 rupees each fully paid and 1000 shares of 10 rupees each 7 paid. So if you want to go for redemption, then only 19,000 shares can be redeemed. You cannot redeem these shares. Okay, so this policy of the company to pay the defaulting shareholders only the balance amount won't go. If you do this, you will attract penalty. You can only redeem fully paid preference shares. Finally, Hari Limited decided to redeem 12% preference capital of 2 lakh at 10% premium by issue of equity shares of equal amount. Okay, alright, so you are going for issue of equity shares of equal amount. That is fine, because you have two sources. You can utilize any of the two sources or in combination. So it is up to the company. That is fine with the company. You can go for equal equity issue. So you issue equity shares of 2 lakh rupees. Now along with the capital you are to pay 10% premium, that is 20,000. This percentage is applicable here. Now company says that it has a balance of 15,000 in securities premium, so it decides to carry the balance of premium to next year to be charged against the profits. Now this is something which is not permitted as per the rules, because when a company goes for redemption of the preference shares at premium, you need to provide for this premium right now. So if you are having securities premium, then the difference can be had from the 5,000 can be taken from the surplus or from the free reserves or capital reserve. You can use them to write off the premium remaining amount, but in no way you can carry the balance. So in the very beginning we need to provide for this premium. So these are the main conditions. I hope you are clear about these conditions, and these will go a long way in solving your questions practically. Okay, so thank you for the day. So next time we will be understanding the same conditions in detail. We will be understanding their implications, and we will be working for the preparation of the notes and the journal entries involved in a simple question of redemption of preference shares. Thank you.